Oh my god, boy, girls, everyone in between. There's a Bleach game. There's a Bleach game. I couldn't believe it either. I saw the trailer. I don't know how many times I've already seen the trailer, so you probably not. If you're a real Bleach fan, you won't be mad if I watch it again, right? Right? All right, let's watch it for the one time. Let's watch it again and let's talk about it afterwards. All right? Cool. So I'm just gonna put these headset on. I want to make sure the audio is nice and loud. And I'm gonna put this full screen and let's enjoy some Bleach Rebirth of Souls.
I wish for strength. If I cannot protect them from the wheel, then give me a strong blade and enough strength to shatter fate.
Do you wish to save your family?
Just tell me how! I'll do anything!
You must become
We eat good.
a Soul Reaper.
Grand Fisher. Oh, my boy Ichigo looking clean. Rukia. Who do you? Oh God, it's so good. Reggie. Yakuya. Old man Zangetsu. Those combos looking crazy. Oh man. Oh man, you already knew I couldn't wait to talk about this. I was so okay. Backstory: we just saw the trailer, but I heard rumblings, right, that they were gonna drop a trailer on at Anime Expo. I wanted to go to Anime Expo just to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I knew that Bleach was gonna have a panel. I just thought it had to do with the just core three of Bleach, which also they dropped a trailer, and don't worry, I'm gonna cover that as well. But I had no idea that the game was gonna be announced. Okay, so but obviously as Twitter as X does, it leaks stuff, and people were posting possible being like, oh, expect a Bleach game announcement. It's including with the Bandai, and then I looked and I was like, wait a second, Bleach with Bandai? Yeah, there's got to be something there. So I thought for a second maybe it's just a mobile game that they're updating us about, and then they kept dropping and dropping screenshots and screenshots, and I'm like, all right, bro, stop leaking this. Long story short, I wasn't nowhere near my setup here, my little office room, so I couldn't record my trailer reaction full like and also I'm not going. I'm if you reach real Bleach fan, I couldn't hold it in, bro. I was literally at the grocery store, shopping with my lady, and I just couldn't, like, I had to watch. I was watching live, and I had to know exactly what was going on, and so that's when I watched the trailer, and obviously I kept my composure because we were in a public setting, but I was losing my mind, bro. I could not believe that after a damn near a decade. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were waiting for the anime, but for a game, this is one of those things that I was just like, we need a game, and I feel like Bleach, you know what I'm saying, deserves it more so than any. And I know it's like tough to say that anything deserves something more than anything else, but as a Bleach fan, it's like we barely get stuff. You know what I mean? I felt like, a game especially with the return of the anime, the return of Thousand Year Blood War, it only made sense. Now in the panel, you know what I mean. After they released the trailer and announced it, they basically gave us a little bit more information as to the game, the development of the game, and just in general what to expect for the game. And one of the main things that they said is this game is going to cover the beginning of Bleach to the Rancor arc, which I'm assuming is going to the end of the Aizen fight with Ichigo going full final Getsuga against Aizen, which I'm assuming that's what they mean, and which I'm hoping that's the case. Imagine a final Getsuga Ichigo in a video game, bro. Come on now. I don't know if he was in another video game, if he was in that PS3 Bleach game that I never got to play. Because context for me, you know, as a Bleach fan, as a diehard Bleach fan, the last Bleach game I played, I think, was called Shattered Blade, and it was for the Wii. And it's the one where you had to go like literally like shake up the Wii in order to like. I think it was only for the Wii too, and it had Arturo Plato, I think was the guy's name. It was like a specific Arankar made just for the game, and I played the. Don't get me wrong, I played the heck out of that game. I would spend hours in that game solely because it was a Bleach game. It had nothing to do with anything else other than the fact that it was a Bleach game, and I was hyping it up because it was just a Bleach game. And I mean, what other Bleach games did I have at the time? None. And so when that game dropped, that was it for me. That was like my life. And I remember playing that game. Game's not that good. Game's not that good. The story mode for the game is very but whack. The character selection is. They had actually a decent amount of characters, but it wasn't nothing. If that game came out for like a different console and you could play it on a controller, it would have been a lot more fun. But they restricted you to the nunchuck and the thing, so you had to move around and you had to go like this. That was the gameplay. Anyways, that's me saying that because I remember I was like, what? I might have been like 12, maybe 13. So that was what, like 15 years ago? If that, if anything, this is me spitballing. No, don't take my word, but it's around that time period. That's a long time, bro. I have not seen any other than obviously Brave Souls is a game, you know, that I played for a bit, but I'm not that huge into gacha and I'm not that huge into pulling stuff, and I just don't like spending money on mobile games. All right, even if it's Bleach. But I wanted a real like console game for Bleach. And obviously, you know, this is looking, I believe I don't know if they specifically said it, but it is a fighting game, so I'm assuming it's going to be an arena fighter. I'm pretty sure it looks like an arena fighter. The gameplay makes it seem like it is, in fact, an arena fighter, especially if you go on Steam, you can see a lot more gameplay footage, which I know there's a lot of people that are going to say that that's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing because they're tired of arena fighters. Look what Kaizen Curse Clash was. Look at how bad, not bad visually, but bad production-wise, not production, I mean, I guess production-wise or handling-wise, the Demon Slayer game was, which I heard the Demon Slayer game was really fun, but how long did that game actually really last? I feel like they didn't really take that much proper care into it. They kind of just slapped all the Ninja Storm stuff into Demon Slayer. The only real like arena fighters that really, you know, stand the test of time really is Ninja Storm and Sparking Zero, and those two are like trendsetters. Those two are like the main like arena. So I'm hoping this if it is an arena fighter introduces something similar but different and is not something that, you know, we've seen before. Which one of the cool things that I was hoping, and I'm glad that is happening here, is that they actually went with a different studio to make the game. It's not CC2, which I know a lot of people want a CC2 Bleach game. I'm gonna be honest. All right, this might be a hot take. All right, so hear me out. I don't want a CC2, a CyberConnect Bleach game. I said it. All right. I'm just not the biggest fan, okay, guys? I'm not the biggest fan of monopolizing a lot of these anime games. And I understand that the easiest way to make a good anime game is to follow the trend and look at the companies that are making the anime games like Arxis and CyberConnect and be like, you guys make the games and that's it. And I totally get that. But for Bleach, I just feel like you could go such complete different routes with it. It's such a unique story, such a unique world. I still think like a Bleach Elden Ring-esque Souls type game would go so incredibly hard and would be incredibly amazing. Obviously, I don't think that's what we're getting here. Unless like Ninja Storm, the first one, they do a little bit of a roaming section where you can roam as Ichigo, Rukia, or whatever have you character for the story mode. That would be tight. I know in Sparking Zero you could roam around and fly around, or not Sparking, Tenkaichi. That would be tight. You know, mix it in with the combat. That would be cool. this is just me saying, you know. But considering that, going back to what I said, or my first point, that this is going to cover all the way past the Arrancar arc, that is a good sign, only because that's a lot of story to cover. All right, and it's a good or a bad sign. Good if you're like trying to get a meaty Bleach game and not just like a quick, you know, first game to a long series of games. This feels like it's going to have a lot of substance to it, especially if they're going that far. Obviously, me and everybody, all of you guys, I'm assuming share the same thought. It would have been cool to see them go all the way to the Thousand-Year Blood War arc, because then they could have covered as well the Fullbring arc, which would have been cool to see in a video game as well. Ginjo would have been gone extremely hard in a game, but to see them go to this point, it's cool, because I think they could bring the Fullbring arc, because the Fullbring arc isn't as huge as the Thousand-Year Blood War, so they could drop that as DLC in the future if that's the case, if the game does well. So I'm just hoping that the story mode of this, and they all, because they, sorry, I'm hoping that, I'm sorry, my brain is everywhere. I'm trying to jump all my thoughts because I'm excited, but basically what they also mentioned was another thing that they really focused on in terms of creating this game and producing it, because they worked heavily with Studio Period, the studio that animates Bleach, to get the visuals right, because they want to match it to the Thousand-Year Blood War anime, which I think is a good thing, because you know, it looks good. I don't think there's anything wrong with the anime and the state of what it was before, but obviously they want to keep it modern. They want to make sure that it doesn't feel like a backwards game, but a moving forward type beat game. And which is cool, because it just meant that they touched up a lot on, and you could tell in the trailer that they weren't BSing when they said this, that they really focused on graphics and visuals and making sure that the characters just looked right and that the backgrounds were detailed enough. And I'm going to be honest, like, if you were watching the live stream and you looked at the leaked images, you couldn't really tell. But when you go, and I urge you guys to really go and watch the YouTube video for yourself, the trailer, you can really see the detail in this game, and it is crazy. It's crazy that they were holding out on us. It's crazy that this game was just in the chamber and they were just waiting to drop it, bro. Like, Sparking Zero had everybody's attention, and this game was just in the wings, and it was just like, they're just like, boom, Bleach game. And it's nuts to me. It was just like, what? It is what I wanted, and I'm glad that it's gonna happen. Obviously, I hope that it doesn't come out until like late 2025. I know that's crazy to say. You want it sooner than later, but I really do want them to take their time and cook with this game. I want to make sure that the story is fun, the gameplay is fun, the action, like, I want to make sure it's an all-around great game that stands the test of time and can be played on multiple different fronts. You know, they talked about a lot of other stuff, obviously Tite Kubo leaking the game a little bit, and they were like, oops, Sensei Kubo, but yeah, there's man, just so much like stuff to talk about this game, and I'll probably do another video on what I hope to see about this game. But for now, I'm just excited, and I hope you guys are sharing in the same boat as me, all you Bleach fans. You know what I'm saying? That we've been fans, we've been dried out, we haven't had content. The anime's now coming back, and I feel like it's bringing everything out. I'm hoping for even more Bleach news on top of this game and the anime. Fingers crossed that we get much more stuff. But yeah. Wow. Let me know if you guys are gonna cop this game day one. I know the moment they announce a release of this or a pre-order, I'm doing that. I don't care. This is just happening. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Bleach has not had a game in a decade, bro. Okay, so we got a mob out for the Shinigami. So yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in whatever Bleach video I come out next, because I'm probably gonna be covering the heck out of Bleach, considering that there's so much info that just dropped. So yeah, I'll see you then.